start. Okay, I'll start the recording. And yeah, we're starting at 6:35. And just a note for everyone, Jennifer is unable to make it. So I'll go over just her report. She had what she wanted us to go over. And she'll be watching it and keeping up with it later too. So our old business, we'll start with the secretary report. So I've got Jennifer's recap. So our last meeting, we talked about the newsletter. We decided we were going down to just one newsletter for the holidays this year, and then we'll decide going from there, depending on who's all interested in writing and contributing for that. If we would either do it quarterly or monthly afterwards for next year. We talked about the article submissions and submissions committee. We'll get a little bit more on that later. We also went over membership logos, and we decided we were going to do a spring meeting sometime next year, and just kind of have a really rough info session on shows and what to do to prep for shows and things like that. And that was it for the secretary report. She didn't have any other old business. So on to treasurer's report.
So we haven't done much spending within the last month, so finances are sitting around the same as where they were. We just got our first round of receipts from Rebecca for all the website expenses and all of that. So we'll get people reimbursed who have been waiting for a few months for their money. And after all the reimbursements, we've spent about half of what we brought in. So hopefully that'll give us a decent percentage to save and roll over into new projects. And it's right around on track, even with all the startup costs of where we wanted the budgets to be. So it's a good start, and hopefully that continues.
Do you have a rough number of where it's sitting at, just for people, where it's sitting at, where we're expecting it to sit at for anyone listening or people following
Yeah.
along on YouTube later?
So we've brought in a little over $2,500 so far, and then we've spent just under half of that for website and registering the business and getting everything set up. So once we're done with reimbursements, we should have around $1,200 to $1,300 in the bank right now. So assuming nobody else signs up and there's no more revenue, we'll still be in a good position. So, yep, things look good.
Yeah. And we'll probably have a report at the end of the year with the full spreadsheet of finances so people can double check and look over everything, make sure everything looks good. Because that was one of the things we wanted to be 100% transparent on. So,
Yep, absolutely.
Into vice president update. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Okay, well, we have 84 members. 9 are junior members, 40 are basic, and 35 are professional. And in our professional breeders directory listings, we have 19 different states that are now, in that directory. So that's pretty cool. The only other news is that the website is now set up through the official bank account. So that's all squared away now.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last old business update on the standard. We actually just met with the officers. We have a group of people we're working and contacting, getting a hold of. So expect more in the next couple of months. More updates on that, on who we reached out to and things like that. Like we said, it'll take time. We're expecting hopefully by the end of the year into next year that we'll at least have contacted some of the people we were going to contact and gotten some feedback, and keep going from there. So within hopefully a year to 2 years, we'll have something put out. New business membership logos. We do officially have a membership logo now. We will post that after our meetings. So someone had put it into the Facebook group that they were wondering how they are allowed to use the ACBA logo. So if Rebecca or Michael, one of you two, want to take the differences between the two and what they can all be used for.
I think it was Michael's idea, so I'm going to defer to him.
Sure. So basically, we have an official ACBA logo, and to use that, you need express permission because you would be representing the ACBA itself. And then we have a separate membership logo that is basically you're a proud member of the ACBA. Put it on your farm page, use it however you want. All it means is that you're a member in the club. So you can use that without reservation. So that's the reason for dividing the two, so that one is for everything official and then one is for everything unofficial.
And then where can they find, this is probably a question for Rebecca, where will they be able to find the unofficial logo to use wherever?
Those are going to be in the membership areas of the website, and I'll have that up later on this evening. As soon as I get the PNG, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. And then the next thing, we had talked about merchandise. Rebecca, that's a question for you.
Yep. I'm now that we have Bree just made up a really nice t-shirt graphic, and we can do one with the logo as well. And so she just got those over to me. I can get that set up in the next day or so and start listing some merch on our website.
Yeah, awesome. And then finally, the biggest piece of new information is our articles committee. So we officially have someone to run that. So we designated Carey Blackman to run that. So Carey, I don't know if you're able to talk a little bit, but if you want to give us a quick rundown explanation of what you're hoping to do and how you'd like to run it, or how people should contact you if they're interested, and yeah, take it away.
It's really loud right here, so I'm gonna type it. So y'all just go ahead and continue, and I'll put the message in there, and then I'll send it.
Okay.
Yeah, he can type the message in, and then we can read it out for the recording. That's not a problem. For those of you that are just joining us, Carey is supporting a child at a sporting event, and was unable to get away to a quiet area. So we totally support Carey doing that. Glad he's with us, and he's going to type everything out for us.
Yeah, for sure.
While Carey does that, I can add a couple things about the t-shirts and stuff. We can do all kinds of different things: t-shirts, mugs, hats, whatever we want to do. I'm going to be using a print-on-demand company that I'm very familiar with. I've used it with my own businesses, and it's super easy. People make an order, the order goes straight to them, they fulfill it, they send it out, and all we do is, we do the design part of it and select what we want them, what we want it to look like, what colors, all that stuff. And they do all the work. So we don't have to keep any inventory. We don't have to spend any money up front. When somebody places an order, we set the price. We can make it just the exact cost that it takes to make the item, or we can, make a couple dollars off of it, whatever we want to set the prices at. And the company prints it out and ships it for us. So it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, super excited for that, to have different things to go to. Well, we're waiting a little bit more. I know this past weekend there was a show in Fond du Lac. I believe Kristen Kugel went to that. And that they did allow quail to be shown there. They're a game bird group, an organization. They deal mostly with bobwhites because bobwhites in Wisconsin are a pretty big deal. But they did have an like category just for quail. It's a fun show. So hoping to hear back on how some of her birds did and things like that. And then I've got a phone call I think I need to take. But if Rebecca or Michael wants to read Carey's text in there, I will be back in a second.
Excuse
Go ahead,
me.
Rebecca.
All right. So Carey says, so people can contact me via email to RRFarmsAL. Is it L, Carey? At gmail.com. So I will do whatever the leadership of the organization would like as it relates to articles, posting, etc. I will take articles in and present them to the officers as needed for the newsletter and such.
Okay. And we can get that posted up in the Facebook group too, because I know there's a couple people interested that aren't able to join. And with that, that's all of our new business. And we just have it open for discussion. So if there's any topics, questions, comments, concerns, things people would like to go over, now's a good time to do so. I'll give it a couple of minutes.
I just want to say thank you, Carey, for doing this. It's awesome. Appreciate your help.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be really helpful to have, yeah, and someone to go through and take point on that, and super excited to see where it goes. I was going to say Jennifer's not here to get an update on the NPIP information, but I think we had a good number of probably 10 or so states information on there, so we can hopefully get that on the website for members. Because I know that was something we had talked about last meeting as well. But yeah. If there's any other topics, conversations, questions, otherwise we need 2 motions to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Okay. We'll see you guys next month then, and we'll hopefully get this posted on YouTube soon, and we'll get the minutes up as soon as we can.
Great.
Thanks,
Have a good
Bree.
night.